So rising Atlanta producer ATL Jacob decided to say some scathing hot takes. And I just think it's coming from a place of him not knowing any better. But sometimes you got to get a little educated and we got to add a little common sense into what he's saying. Now, ATL Jacob is 24 years old. Tupac died 27 years ago in 1996. So yes, this means that Tupac has been dead longer than ATL Jacob has experienced life. So imagine ATL Jacob getting on Twitter and tweeting out that Tupac is not as influential as Pluto, aka Future. That's his right-hand man that he produces his music for. And then he also said that Kanye has done more for hip-hop than Tupac Shakur. Now, I gotta say this. The fact that Tupac is the standard basis of ATL Jacob's argument when his daddy didn't even transfer the seed into ATL Jacob's mom when Tupac died, it just goes to show that that is the standard and that Tupac is still probably one of the most influential rappers of all time, if not number 1, 2, 3. He's up there. So first, let's get into Future. Mr. Got bandana around my head like I'm Tupac. I give it to Future. Future probably is the most influential artist after Drake and Kanye West, probably out there the past 15 years. I'll give Future that. Very influential. He's 14, 15 years in the game. What can we say? I can't argue with that. Future, he's created a lot of mini-me's, a lot of rappers. They sound like Future. They try to look like Future. He's even put on producers, including ATL Jacob. So I'm assuming that's probably why he brought up Pluto's name. I get it. Then we have Kanye West. A lot of similarities to Tupac. Both Geminis, outspoken, fearless leaders, had a lot of success even outside of the hip-hop culture. To me, Kanye West is the most influential artist of all time, so I think that would equate to, of course, he's done more for hip-hop than Tupac Shakur. But that's not really the problem. The problem is the statement that ATL Jacob made lacks common sense. Tupac's career lasted about 7 years, my man. 7 years, if that. Future is on year 14. That would mean he's doubled Tupac's career already. Kanye is on year 20, 21. So he's probably at least 3 times in his career than Tupac got a chance. We can't even say if Tupac actually peaked, if he reached the top heights of height, because his life was tragically taken away from him at 25 years old, 27 years ago. And one thing I gotta say also about Tupac, he did this with no social media. Back when you really just had to have a fan base. Back when stars were actual stars. That's how hard his influence was. Tupac made a lot possible for these artists now. That's why his name is still relevant. A man that died at 25, 27 years ago is still influencing the game right now, despite all the changes we've seen in hip hop. So I'm gonna conclude this by saying this. I think that Kanye for sure has done more for hip hop and he's more influential. Tupac did not have artists. It wasn't as easy to just make your own sub label at the time and just sign artists, because if Tupac ever had a business acumen or had a business opportunity, do you think that people would have signed to him? Do you think artists would have wanted to sign with him? He had the Outlaws, but it just wasn't what it is now. Now anybody can have a label and sign a successful artist at this point. Hell, some people are trying to say that's the reason Tupac died. They trying to say because he tried to get away from death row to do his own thing. He just wasn't in that position to do that at the time. It was different. And I'd have to disagree that Future is more influential than Tupac, just based off the fact that Tupac is about 3 decades in. We still have to give Future 30 years to see where Future's gonna be. I don't think when Future's 30 is gonna equal Tupac's 30. That's just my personal opinion. I love Future. I think Future's already a legend. But I think the statement that we should be looking for, or the way we should be comparing it, is let's look at the first 7 years of everybody's career. Then we can see who did more for hip hop and who's more influential. That'll be interesting. So y'all let me know, if we put the first 7 years of Future, Tupac, and Kanye West, who wins this debate? Who's more influential? Who's done more for hip hop? Y'all let me know down below. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, and we out, baby. Ooh.
It's him.